Hi everyone, welcome to my session on MS Excel. I'm gonna talk about MS Excel 2013, all the application, all the homework. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do on MS Excel 2013. You can open MS Excel 2013 with the install format under all program. You can open it from here like this, or what you can do right click on your screen and then go to new, and there you can click on MS Excel. So anyway you'll do, the MS Excel sheet will open. Once you open the MS Excel sheet, this is basically called workbook, and this is called MS Excel workbook. Under this workbook, when you work on MS 2013, you by default one sheet will open. You can customize it, you can make it n numbers of sheet depending upon the requirement. Whatever you have, you can make it n numbers of sheets, whatever you want. I'll show you how you can do that homework. By default one sheet will open. This is called workbook. Under that workbook there's a one sheet which is open. If you use a plus sign, you can create other sheets also. You can create other sheets, you can rename these sheets. Like here I can rename as like finance Excel work. I can rename this sheet as a finance Excel work. I can open another sheet. I can rename as this as marketing Excel work. So you can change this. You can third sheet you can put as operation research Excel work. Fine, like this you can open the sheet, you can change the name, you can write as HR Excel work. You can do this. Now I'm in sheet 4, I'm in HR Excel. Now if I want to go to finance Excel, what I can do, I can put your mouse here, I can come to finance Excel. Otherwise, to go from one sheet to other sheet, you can use control page up, page down. So if I use control page up, I'll go back to the first sheet. If I use a control page down, from finance I can come to marketing, from marketing I can come to OR, and from OR I can come to HR, like this. So you can use this shortcut key control page up or page down to move from one sheet to other sheet. That is something which you should know. So if I use control page up, you can see observe, and control page down you can observe. This is a shortcut key. You can do right click on this, you can delete the sheet if you don't want. Fine. If you want to reverse the action, press Ctrl Z. You can do that work, but it won't work here. Then you can again press plus. You can write this as a HR Excel. You can do this work. Then you just double click on that to change it, or right click on them. If you want to right click on the sheet, you can put some color to the tab on which you are working. You can put a color like operation research. You can put some color for this if you want to decorate it, or like put some colors and all. Then like this way, when you do, you can put some color for the sheet. You can hide it if you want. So this is about the working on the MS Excel. Here basically when you talk about the Excel, what I'm working right now, I'm working on Excel 2013, where this rectangular box, what you observe, this is called cell, and the address of the cell you can observe here, this F7, where F is the column and 7 is the row. So right now I'm standing in F column and the row 7th. In Excel, either you use 7th version of Excel or 10th version of Excel or 13th version of Excel. All the versions of Excel have around 10,48,576 row, and the last column is XFD. So the last column is start from A, and the last column is XFD. To navigate from the one end of the Excel to other end, you can use control command. If you use control page up, so you control, not control page up, control up arrow, you'll come to the beginning, at the beginning. If you use control right arrow, you'll come to the end. Control down arrow, you get come to the end. Control left arrow, you can come to the end. Now this is about the control command. Whenever there's another thing what you should know, this is zoom key. You can use this zoom key, and with zoom key you can increase the size what you have with the zoom key. Now these are called tabs: home, insert, page layout, formula, data. These are the tabs. I'll talk about this tab in future. Now if you write any character, in Excel, it will incline to left hand side. If you write any number in the Excel, it will incline toward right hand side. You can observe this. So if I write any character, it will incline to left hand side. If I write a number, it will incline to right hand side. So this, now you can easily understand this. Now what is the importance of control command? What is control command is all about? Control and shift is one of the most important thing in Excel. You should know about control and shift, how to work on control and shift. Now what you can do, if you press control down arrow, see this, control up arrow, control down arrow, control right arrow, control up arrow, control left arrow, control down arrow. So in order to go, is imagine it's like an ocean, imagine it's like an ocean and you want to go from one end of the ocean to other end. So control is a command which you can use. Just imagine, like think yourself as a fish and you're standing in Pacific Ocean and the few pebbles or few stones are there. So what you can do, you can jump from one pebble to other pebble. So the control command, control up arrow, control left arrow, control down arrow, control right arrow. Now after this in the G12, what is written after this? Nothing is being written. So if you press control down arrow, I'll go to the last row. The last row is 10,48,576. Control up arrow, I'll come to the this G12 where the contents written. Again you press control up arrow, I'll come to G3 where the contents written. If you press control right arrow, you'll come to the last column because nothing is written after that. So that is something which I want to tell you. Now if you use shift command, shift down arrow, one by one you can select the data. Shift down arrow, shift right arrow. Now if you come here, press control shift right arrow, down arrow, all got selected same time. So this is the importance of control command, shift command. If you want to know more about it, what I'm talking about, for that I'll go to file, I'll go to open, I'll open one dummy sheet, or I'll go to new. Under new, I'll just show you the sheet where a lot of data is there. Suppose see here. Now in this sheet, what you're observing in this sheet, if you press control down arrow, see this 278. So the data is there till 278 row. So from the first row to last row, if I want to come, I press control down arrow. Fine. Now if I want to copy this data, so I can press shift. With shift command, I can select them one by one. I can select it like this. I can keep on selecting them, keep on selecting. Let's keep on copying this data. Let's keep happening. So this is the way you can copy it. Other way to do the same thing, if you want to select it, control shift right arrow, down arrow. See, all got selected. Otherwise, control home, come to A1, press control A. If you press control A, all got selected. To go at the top and go into the first row, first column, press control A. So, sorry, control home. If you press control home, you'll go to the A1, and then if you press control A, all got selected. Fine, then you can copy this and wherever you want to paste it, you can paste it. So if you want to open a new sheet in Excel, press control N. If you press control N, a new sheet open, and press control V for the paste, and it got pasted. Fine, I'll talk about formulas and what you have to do with formulas there. So in order to navigate, you can navigate from one end to other end. Now the first and foremost thing what you should do once you open the MS Excel sheet, first thing you should do, you should save that. So in order to save that, you can go to file, and under the file you can click on save as, and then try to save this under desktop or wherever you want to save. You can save this. Suppose if I click, I want to save in desktop, save in desktop, put a name. What should be name of this? Fine. And then when you are saving it, you can save in different format. You can save in 2013 format, or you can save in macro enabled workbook format. Like the property of 2013 Excel is like it have a property of .xls. You can see the property. If you want to see the property, I'll show you some property, some Excel sheet which is 2013. You go to the property and you can see the property of them. Their property is .xlsx is the property they saved in that format. If you save in macro enabled format, imagine if you worked on some macro, if you save them, then the property, if you see their property, you can save that the property, the extension code is .xlsm. So these are some things which you should be aware of when you work on Excel. You should be good with understanding of Excel. That is something which is very important. Like this sheet, this was Excel sheet on which I worked. Now this sheet is not important for me. What you do, close this. The shortcut key to close it is Control W. You can use Control W, or you can use Alt F4. So use Alt F4, it got closed. Fine. You want to close this, not require now, Control W, close it. Fine. So when you're working in Excel, when you're working in Excel sheet, when you want to use Excel sheet, now the first and foremost thing what you should do is to save that. For that, go to file, under file, click on save as, under save as, click on desktop, and there, if macro is there, then save in macro enable format. Otherwise, if you are sending this file to someone who is working in 2097 format, 97 2003 version of Excel, better save in 2003 format of Excel, so that the other person can access it. Otherwise the other person cannot access. So this is the way what you can save it. The shortcut key to save the file is Alt FA. If you press Alt FA, you can do the same work. If you want to save in desktop, press 2, you can do this work. So the shortcuts are everything in Excel. We play with shortcut. Now Control F1. Now this, inside the tab, that the commands which are there inside the tab, if you want to hide them, because I'm recording my screen, I want the maximum space of the screen should be recorded. So Control F1. If you press again Control F1, it will come. So like that way you can work on when you're working in Excel. Now when you observe Excel, press Alt. If you press the Alt, if you want to use shortcut key in Excel, press Alt. Excel will navigate you, Excel will guide you what you want to do. Now under, suppose I want to work under home, so press H. If you press H, see everything will be there under home. Under home you can see cut, copy, format, printer. You can see how to make it bold. You can see how to edit the text, merge and center, wrap text, all these forms of putting percentage, increasing decimal, decreasing decimal, conditional formatting, insert, delete, anything you want to do, you can see this. If you click on insert, now you can do the same thing. Insert, if you press alt, press N. Under insert you can see all shortcut key, and for the pivot table press V. So whatever you want, you just press alt X, and then Excel will show you, guide you how you can work on. You want to create a table, press T. Then you want to use slicer. Slicer is something which is there in 2013 only. It's not there in 7th or 10th version of Excel. The equation command, page layout is there. In, like, if you see this pivot table is here, pivot chart is here. So which is there in 7th and 10th version of Excel, while in the case of 10th and 13th version of Excel, while in the case of 7th version of Excel, pivot table and pivot charts are together. So certain differences are there when you work on. If you see, this is page layout, so you can click on page layout. If you want to use shortcut, alt, press P. Then under the page layout you can go, and these are all self-explanatory. Then you want to go formula, press M. Under formulas, so many formulas are there which we keep working on. And the shortcut key to open the formula tab is Shift F3. If you press Shift F3, the formula tab will open. If you press Shift F3, the formula tab will open, and here you can choose the formula, the same thing what you got here. If you press Alt M, fine. Then data, if you want to go in data, press A, Alt A. Then if you want to pull the data from certain source like Access, web, text, or you want to use sorting, filtering, or maybe you want to use grouping, data analysis, solver and all, I'll talk about all of them in future. Then review, you can review the work whatever you've done. You can check your spelling or any form of research you want to do. You can share the workbook, all this work you can do. Then under view, if you click on view, you'll get the way you can represent the data, how you can fix certain data using free spans and all. So these are the tabs what you have. This by default, these are the tab what you observe whenever you open any Excel sheet. You can customize the tab also depending upon the requirement of the Excel. You can customize your tab. I'll show you how you can work on customization of the tab. That homework also you can do, the assignment of working on customizing of the tab. I will work on that with the time, when the right time will come. Now what you can do while you are working in MS Excel, when you observe this Excel, there are certain called contractual tabs. So those are contractual tabs. Those will come when you have a graph. So I'll show you. Suppose some numbers I wrote randomly. Suppose I wrote some numbers. Now I want to make a graph of them. Okay, just for the sake I'm doing some, I want to show you something. So you just go insert, and suppose I want to make some column graph. So you just click on the graph. So the moment you clicked on the graph, you can see this. Before this options were not there: design,
format. These tabs were not there. These are called contractual tabs that came because you created a graph, and in order to work on a graph, or you want to edit this graph in the manner you want, you want to put color for anything you want to do that on the graph, you can do. We'll talk about graphs and all, how you can edit them. If you observe here, this plus sign will come. This feature is not there in 7th version, neither this feature is there in 10th version of Excel. This is only there in 13th version of Excel. So whenever you want to work on any form of graph, any form of assignment, you want to work on any chart graph, you just press plus sign and you just press. You want to put axis, you want to put levels, you want a data table, error line or grind line, you want to filter the data, you want to creating graph based on certain requirement, you can filter it, you can edit it, you can do this is only there in 13 version. It's not like the whenever the Excel sheet is being, versions are developed one over the other, they don't remove the existing set of command. You can see this. So this what you observing, this all 7th version, 2003 versions of command which keep increasing with the time. So the same thing what you observe here, the same thing, what you are having, the same thing is here. This is something which is there in 2013, but if you are aware of only 7th version of Excel, you can use it by using these commands. So that is something which you should be aware of. Then formatting, these are all self-explanatory, how you can play with the data whenever you have data with you, and what forms of legends, grind line, anything you want, you just draw it and automatically understand how you can work on these forms of assignment whenever you are doing on Excel sheet. So this is the basic thing which I want to talk about the Excel. Press alt in Excel, and then wherever you want to use, you just press the required key, you will go to that command. So that is something which is important when you work in Excel. Understanding of the Excel is very important, and if you understand the Excel, your requirement will be done. At the top of the Excel sheet, what you observe, these are called quick access toolbar, where certain commands which you know that you need again, what you can do, you just click there, and you can see this customized quick access toolbar. Whichever you click, that will observe. See this email I tick, so email came. Suppose spelling I tick, spelling came. Suppose then if you want a more command, click on more command, you get this Excel option window where you want to add more command. You can keep on adding command, as much command you want, you can add those commands. So that is something which you can do while working on Excel. You want to remove certain command, you want to put certain command, you can play with the command the manner you want to play. So that is the advantage. You want to remove you want to remove something, like suppose you don't want to undo, remove it. Suppose you don't want email, remove it. So you can do this. This is called quick access toolbar. What you have, this is a quick access toolbar. Then these are the tabs what you have. Like if you see this tab, under after the end of each tab, this row is there, this row. So if this row you can see, so if you click on this row, so the format, all possible options of the formatting will be visible, and you can format your particular cell. Alignment, if you want to click on alignment, see this, all forms of alignment techniques open. Now click on this here. Here the numbers, you can play with the number depending upon requirement. Whatever you want to do, you can play with the cell. So this is about the Excel, the basic introduction about the Excel, where in the Excel you have 10,48,576 row, and the last column in the Excel is XMT. When either you use Excel 7th version, or you use Excel 10th version, or you use Excel 2013 version, you have the same numbers of column and row, while the address of the particular cell on which you are working is visible in the address bar. You can see the address where I'm standing right now. Clear? So I hope this is clear with you. Now to understand the background of the way the Excel sheet works, that is something which is important for you. You should know how this is working and the basic logic behind that. For that, go to file, under file, what you can do, you can observe one by one. Go to info. If you click on info, you can see the basic information about the Excel, the size, the tag category, how to inspect the workbook, what file version you are working on, and then what way it should work. Then you can go to new. If you want some template on Excel, you can go to new, and if you click on new, you get see lot of templates on the worker Excel. Depending upon the requirement, what requirement you have, you can choose certain template of Excel, and that will ultimately will help you. Under template also, the so many categories are there. If you click on those category, you can observe them one by one. Like business, I clicked on business. What forms of business templates are there? Everything is visible. So this is something which is unique in Excel. So you can do any form of analysis in Excel by using the more defined versions, whatever you have. Then you click on open. Through open, whatever existing worksheet on which you work, those will be visible for you, so that you can work on. Then you can go to save. You can save it whenever you want. Then you can press save as, then print, control P. Then you can share the Excel work what you have done any other platform. Then you can export it, find in, like, depending upon the mail and all, you can create convert into PDF format and you can work on. Then you can close it. Then you click on account, and this is the basic introduction. Then is option. So if you click on option in the Excel option, you can see the lot of features which are visible here, like show mini bar, mini toolbar on selection, that is being selected will show that. So quick access toolbar on selection, that is visible. Enable live preview, that is visible. So use the font size, the font area, the font number, everything is visible, and one by one we can work on, and we can try to understand the basic application of MS Excel sheet. That is something which you should know. There is a tab called developer tab which is not visible here. If you want to work on macros and all, you need developer tab. In order to get the developer tab, go to the options, and under options, what you can do, click on customize ribbon, and there what you do, tick developer tab. So if you tick developer tab, then only the developer tab will come, and you can work on macros based on developer tab. So this is something which is important to me, to understand the developer tab. The 10th version and 13th version, they have the same position for the developer tab. In both the version, the developer tab and customize the ribbon version, the customer ribbon. Otherwise, in 7th version, it is there under the popular command. So, and the quick access toolbar, you already understood the quick access toolbar. So this ribbons, what you observing, this tabs, home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view. These are the tabs which is by default observed. But what you can do, you can create your own tab, and whatever function you know that you require for the day-to-day course of business, you can put all of them, all the requirement, all the command in that particular tab. For that, what you do, go to home, and under home, go to options, and under options, what you do, click on customize ribbon, and under customize ribbon, what you can do, create a new tab, and give a name to the tab, rename it. So you can rename to Finance. Amit Finance. So you can rename it. And then you go to group, and under group, click on certain group and put some name like finance, is one group, and you want to put some smiley and all, you can do that. So finance is one group, and under this group, what you can do, you can put certain command which you think that is important and you need it for again. Right. So you can do one by one this command, whatever you feel is important. Again, create one more group. Suppose now the name of this group is marketing. Suppose marketing. Under that, choose those command which is very important for you. Choose those command and then press OK. So you can see this, I created one tab called Amit Finance. Under that I made two groups. One group is finance, another group is marketing. And suppose every day when I'm working in my the MNC in my office where I'm working, every day I require these set of commands. So I can use this set of command, whatever is my requirement, I can use them. So no need to search for the particular command again. You can create your own folder, you can create your own tab and put all the data under that tab. So all would be visible. So that is something which I want to talk with you. Now if you want to make it back to normal, go to options, and under options click on customize ribbon, and there what you can do, you can say reset all customization. Then press OK. So that gone. Now graph is there, so that's why design and format is coming. You put your cursor out of graph, see the design and format cell, the tab is not working. So that will come only when you're working in a graph. Now when you observe the Excel what you have when you're working in Excel. In Excel you have 10,48,576 row, and the last column is XFD. So if you want to count the last column, if you want to count the last column, how many columns are there, what you can do, you can do this work manually, where you start counting for A1, for B2, and for C3, for D4, like that. What you can do, you can count it. Otherwise what you can do, write write a number, any number, write a character, doesn't matter, write anything. So write something in column A. Make sure that you write in column A, don't write in column B, C, D or any other column, because you want to count from column A to except D, how many columns are there. Copy the content whatever you written. Then what you do, press shift control right arrow. So if you press control shift right arrow, what will happen, this will select the range, it will select the cell from A to XMD, because the shift command move from one cell to other cell. And the command, if you use control command, you do right click, you do put right arrow, it will select from the first to the down, for the to the end. And then if you press control V, then if you see below here, you can see count. The count is 16,384. So 16,384 means 16,384, basically 16,384 columns you have. Do the same thing for Amit. Copy this, control shift right arrow and press control V, then see the count. Now if you click on Amit, only the count is coming. Some maxima, minima, those things cannot come because Amit is alphabet. Then you do right click, this is called customize status bar. So here if you untick any command, mathematical command, that won't will come till the time you do not tick them, otherwise it will come like this only. So this is called customize status bar, remember this. And this is the way how you can count the total number of columns in the MS Excel sheet. The columns are represented by alphabet and the row is represented by a number. Thanks to my friend Mr. Chitin Prasad for his help. He only the person who was my first teacher who taught me how to work on Excel. So this is the first thing what he taught me in Excel. So always whenever I do this, I remember him. Thanks to him. So this is about the Excel to count the total number row and column in Excel. Either you use 2007 version of Excel, you'll observe a circular yellow green color option through which work like a file only. That is called Office ribbon button. While in 10th and 13th version, you have file command, but the 10th is different from the 13th. By using this plus key and all, it make the 2013 version more refined than when you talk about 2010th version of Excel. Although more of less the key are same only. So that is not much worrying factor for us, which we are not bothered about. So when you work on Excel, when you observe the Excel, suppose if I want to write the number from, 1 to 50, I can write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, then 10,
then 11, then 12, then 13, then 14, then 15. Instead of that what you can do, if you want to write a number like this, you keep writing. Instead of that, if you want to write a number, what you can do, just write the first number. Just write the first number. So the first number is 1 and I want to write from 1 to 30. So then write the first number, then go to fill, click on series, go to fill, and under fill, click on series. Under series, click on row if you want the data to horizontal. If you want the data to vertical, click on column, and step value is 1 and the stop value is 30. So if you press OK, so you got the number from 1 to 30. So this is the way you should know how to work on Excel. To write the number, if you write 1, 2 or 3, just copy this, just copy them, and this mouse is there, just drag them. So if you drag them till how many numbers you want, you get the number. So it's a very easy command. When you're working in Excel, one of the most easy command to get the number. You can get the day, like Sunday, Monday. If you select them, drag them down, and you don't have to write it by yourself. Write January, February, write January, February. See that from January, December it came. So this is the way what you can do in Excel. You can play with Excel. If you wanna see the current timing, press Control semicolon. You'll get the current date. If you press Shift semicolon, if you press Shift, if you press Control Shift semicolon, press Control Shift semicolon, you can see the current timing. Current Shift semicolon, current timing, Control Shift semicolon, Control semicolon, you can see the date. So that is something which you can play with the Excel. That's very common observation in MS Excel sheet when you're working in MS Excel sheet. This is something which is a basic on the way when we work on Excel. This is something which you should work on the basic, from the basic part. This is one of the most easy part. So what you can do, suppose I'll try to understand little bit on Excel by working on certain basic principles on Excel. Suppose I want to create a mark sheet of certain number of my student. So mark sheet of there's a group. Suppose in the mark sheet of, suppose GICCC students. So I want to make a mark sheet of GICCC student of BBA department. They are from BBA department. So I want to make their mark sheet. You can edit it, press Ctrl B to make it bold, Ctrl I to make it italic, Ctrl U to make it underline. And you can change the font content. You can change the color, and depending upon whichever the color you like, you can change them. So once you're done with this, suppose there's a class of 30 students. You have a class of 30 students. So what you can do, write the serial number of the student. Write the serial number of the student. So if it extend one cell, you can just enlarge this cell. You can enlarge this cell. Once if it go beyond, you can enlarge the cell. You can write serial number. You can write 1, write 2, then select 1 and 2, drag it till 30. Suppose 30 students at the end of the class. This is the one way you can do. Other way, write 1. Just see the date is by default. Suppose date has come. maybe before I had written some date here. Now date is coming. Now if I write 2, 2 is fine. If I write 3, the date is coming. So if I, because I want a number, I don't want a date, maybe some date was entered before. So what you can do, right click, go to format cells, right click, go to format cell, and if you click on format cell, then you click on number and see the decimal came. So I don't require decimal here. Decimal is coming till 2 place of decimal. So once I got this, you can do this here. Now serial number, suppose here I wrote, suppose here I wrote the name of student, name of students. Suppose I wrote the name of the student, and I have some subjects on which they got some marks. So I want to write their marks and subjects, everything. So what you can do for that, for that work, already there's an Excel sheet is there with the names, everything is there. What I'll do, I'll just copy the name from here. So suppose these are my student name, I can copy the name, and press Ctrl V. We got some names, doesn't matter. See, the name came with color, so I don't want colors, this color, don't want this color. Go to clear and click on format. Now no more colors there. So certain names are there, and I need another 10 names more. So suppose if I write a name, suppose if I write a name called, suppose Priya, if I write a name called Priya, fine. Then if I write a name, suppose Pragya, suppose if I write a name called Pragya, suppose I can write a name, suppose Jasmine. Suppose if I write a name called, suppose Umesh Chandra, suppose if I write a name called Parrot, fine. Then so I wrote a name called Varun Prakash or Varun Narayan, or maybe I can write a name, suppose Arun Singh, Arun Singh. Then I can write a name, suppose Mangala. Then suppose Yash. Suppose then I can write Narayan. Then I can write there's one more name, suppose Aishri. So I wrote some names. Now some names are written, and these are the new student, and what you can do, you can color it. You can put a color, you can change the color depending upon whatever color you like. You can do that homework. So this is too bright. Change the color. Now what I want to do, I want to create a mark sheet. Okay, so I want to show you a lot of mathematical function in MS Excel. So for that I want to create a mark sheet. I want to show you the different student and the marks what they got, and how we can analyze the marks what my student got in exam. So for that, what I can do, I can write some subjects, I write some dummy subjects. So suppose there are some subjects, like these are some subjects which my student has studied. These are if anything which is below, just double click here, go normal. So these are subjects name. Now in any exam, a person will get a marks between 0 to 100. So nobody will get the marks more than 100. So everyone will get the marks between 0 to 100 only. So what you can do, you can use a command. Either you can write manually the marks, either you can write some dummy just write some dummy names. You can write some dummy marks. Like this you can write some dummy marks. Or in Excel, what you can do, you can use a command in Excel called rand veteran. You can use a command in Excel called rand veteran. In rand veteran, if you do and write a bottom 0 and top 100, so if you use this command rand between 0 to 100, so it will generate a random number between 0 to 100, and automatically it will generate a random number between 0 to 100, and it will keep changing this random number. Since it's a random number, so it will keep changing. I'll write some subject. Suppose the subject called finance. Suppose the subject called finance. Now you can see the number is changing. Then the subject called marketing. Then the subject called history. Then the subject called civics. Then the subject called civics is there, physics is there, or civics is not there, history is not there. And then I can write a subject called marketing management or technical analysis or stock analysis. Suppose I wrote a subject called stock analysis. So I put some subjects name. Now what I can do, I did the calculation. I used this formula rand between, and I got a random number between 0 to 100. So what I want to copy this number, this value 0 to 100, and to all the cells what I have. So what you can do, you can go till the end, and you can copy it and paste it. But now the problem I'm facing, because I don't know the range, till what range I have to control V, how much till what range I have to do that pasting work. So what you can do for such kind of situation, put your cursor here, the point where you want to fix your row and column, put your cursor there, go to view, under view click on freeze spans, and there click on freeze span. If you click on freeze span, you just see the name of student will remain fixed. So everything is moving, but the name of student will remain fixed. So this is the command which is called freeze spans. So if you use this freeze spans, that will help you to navigate from one end to the other end. So use this command freeze spans. Now what you can do, copy this, go till this end, till what end you want this, go down, and the last name is Ashri, just paste it. So you got the marks from 0 to 100 for all the student. You got the marks from 0 to 100 for all the student. You got their marks. With this geography, I want to increase the range, just increase it. So you got the marks of student from 0 to 100 for all the students. So now once you get the marks from 0 to 100, now the problem, this marks is that they are random numbers, they keep on changing. This is biology spelling wrong. If I change the biology spelling, see this, it will change. So what I want, once I got the random number, I just want to remove this formula. So for that, what you can do, copy this, control shift right arrow down arrow, copy this, control C, go to home, under home go to paste, under paste click on transpose. So if you click on transpose, all the formula got removed. The other way to do the same thing, now the other way to do the same thing, work, copy this, control C, and the shortcut key you can use Alt ESV. So if you use a shortcut key paste special, Alt ESV, so that is a shortcut key to remove the formula. I'll write in sheet Alt ESV to remove the formula, that go to paste special and then click on value. Or I told you about the freeze spans. The freeze spans, what you can do, you go to view, click on freeze spans, and it will get fixed. Fine. Now for this the shortcut key for free span is all WFF. So if you use this all WFF command, you can remove the free span, so you can add the free span. I'll tell you the shortcut key to remove the formula, to remove formula, in MS Excel sheet. So for that you can use a command Control C, and then Alt E S and V. Use this command Control C and then use Alt ESV. So, and if you want to fix the pans and all, fixing the pan, to fix the pans, you can use the command called all WF and F. Remember these commands what you have. Now this is what you have. Now suppose these names randomly, these names were written. Now what you want, suppose I want the name should be in alphabetical order from A to Z. Fine. So for that what you can do, go to data, and for the data click on sort, and the Excel will ask you how you want the sort. I'll say I want to sort it by name of student. How you want, A to Z or Z to? I say A to Z. So press OK. Now the name got sorted from A to Z. You can see the last name. Yash is the last. Ashri is the first, and Yash is the last person. So you can see how popular is a Yash. Yash is always the topper. So he is the last, and Ashri the first. Now if you want the number, the serial number from 1 to 30, or you want from 30 to 1, click on filter. If you clicked on filter, the filter came, and then what you can do, you can say sort largest to smallest. So it got short. And if you say I want the mathematics, I want to see who got the maximum marks, so sort largest to smallest. So the parrot was the person who got the highest, then Priya, then Nitin, then Sagar, Rakesh, Mohan, Tanay, Yash, Satish, like that. So you can play with this filter. The shortcut key to put filter, remove filter is Alt DFF. The shortcut key to work on filter, the shortcut key is Alt plus D plus F plus F. So while working on Alt DFF, you can play with filter, you can work on filter the manner you want. So this is something. If you press Alt DFF, the filter came. If you press Alt DFF, the filter went away. Now if I'm looking for some specific person, I want the detail of those person whose name start with P. So what I can do, like first thing, I can put in ascending order, descending order, anything I can do. Then I'll just go to the scenario from where the P starts. So remove the select all. Go where the P start, click on P, Pragya, Prithvi, Priya, click on Priya, press OK. So all the students whose name start with P, which become visible. To put filter, remove filter, you can use the command Alt DFF. That is something which is important when you work on filter. Now once you got this, now I want to see how many of the students they got 100 marks. Like 30 students were there, So how many of these students they had got the marks 30? So sorry, how many of the student had got the marks 100 in any subject? Fine. So for that, what you can do, you can directly, if you want, you can use the command called count if. You can write count if you want to see those who got marks equal to 100. You can use the command called count if, open bracket, count if, open bracket, uh, select the cells, control shift right arrow down arrow, select the cell, put comma, then put double quotes, and under double quote write equal to 100. Press enter. So 5% are there who got the marks equal to 100. So how many subjects were there? You have, I think you can check this. So with 14 subjects are there, and in that 14 subject 30 people are there, and 5% got marks equal to 100. If you want to observe them, you go to home, click on conditional formatting, and just write highlight cells rule equal to, highlight cells rule equal to 100. So you can see those who got 100. So Parrot was a person who got 100, and in mathematics, chemistry, Mohan got 100, marketing who got the 100, marketing, Lalit got the 100. Then I don't know which is this person, so what I can do, I can hide. You can select a column, because I don't know who got 100. So what, in order to select a column, you can use mouse or control space bar. If you use control space bar, a particular column got selected. Then left arrow, just use left arrow. You wanna hide it, you wanna hide this, then press control 0. If you press control 0, control plus 0, you are hidden. Now Yadesh was the person who got 100. In which subject you got 100? No, yeah, which subject got civics. If you wanna select a row, shift space bar. If you wanna select a row, shift space bar. So if you press shift space bar, then if you go down, then right click, just click on hide. So Yash was the person within subject civics, he got 100 marks. So there are 5%. You want to unhide it, select the column. For that, control space bar, or you can use mouse, and then right click and unhide. So now here a row from 4 to 33 is hidden. Select them, right click, unhide. Click on U, unhide. So by that way you can do this work, and you can find how many who got a marks equal to 100, and you can do that. You can see them, select it, clear it, clear format. Now the 5 people who are there who got marks equal to 100, so that is something we should be proud of. Now what I want to know how many are failed. Failed means those who have got marks less than 30. So for that, control shift down arrow, conditional formatting under home, conditional formatting is there under home, the highlight cells rule which are less than 30. Less than 30, you can see so many people are failed. There is no point. If you want to count them, count it, right? Count if command, use count if command, and under the count if command, go down, select the range, use double quote, and there write less than 30. If you write less than 30, 122 people are there. If you want to see, that is a consequence of not studying properly. So you can see 122 people got less than 30 marks. That is something. Now if you want to add those people whose marks is less than 30, if you want to add their marks, something like that, if you want to do, then use a sum if command. Sum if command. So for that, select the range and put the criteria. Select the range, put the criteria that the mark should be less than 30. So those people, 122 people who got the marks less than 30, those who have failed, the sum of their marks is less than the sum of the marks is 11675. Like that you can do this. So remove this formatting, whatever you have, go to clear and clear format. So once you're done like this, now what you want, if you want to do the sum of these marks, the marks what the student got, now you want to see the individual sum of the marks. If you want to see the individual sum of the marks are equal to sum open bracket equal to sum open bracket, just select the cells, all the marks cells, close bracket, enter. So you got this sum. This sum is 660. Once you're done the one student sum, double click, you get the sum of all the student. Like once you get the sum, if you want the average, what is average mathematically? What is the average? Average is nothing but it's a sum divided by the count. So count is same only. So then write count. Count. Count is open bracket. Select this range. Close bracket, enter. Total 30 students are there. Now if you want to average, find the average of them. So what you can do, take the sum, divide by the count. Take the sum, divide by the count. Press enter. Press enter. Then once you got one average, double click on this. To do like this, you will get error. Why? Because if you see this, what is done, press F2 to see the mathematical homework. If you've done anything, you see that, press F2. So you can see this. What I wanted 681 divided by 30. Fine. What I wanted 681, 787 divided by 20. It's not happening because automatically they're moving down. So Excel work on relative basis. So what you do, fix this cell. Fix the cell P2. So in order to fix the cell P2 so that you can count the average, press F4. So if 1 minute. So if you press the F4, a dollar sign will come. Either you can do, otherwise you can write shift 4 P, then shift 4, then write 2. Press enter. Then double click. Now you'll get all the answer of average. Fine. Once you got the average value, once you get this average values, now suppose once you get the average value, now suppose you want to calculate the standard deviation. Now your work is to find the standard deviation. Your work is to find the standard deviation. Now your work is to find the standard deviation. Now if you're good with stats, you know the standard deviation is the technique through which you can calculate the variance, or you can calculate the measured dispersion in the stats. And the stats, we talk about population, we talk about sample. So when you talk about standard deviation, when you work on standard deviation, when you work on standard deviation can be calculated by a formula called STD. You can use this formula STD, STDEV. So two forms of standard deviation will come: STDEV.P, STDEV.S. So you can use any form of standard deviation. So if you click on STDEV.P, so select the data, select the data what you have, close bracket, enter. You got the standard deviation. So this is the standard deviation of population. So if you remember the formula of standard deviation, what we do actually in standard deviation, in the case of standard deviation, the formula is a summation of the square root of summation of x minus x bar square divided by n. If you are doing for population, square root of summation of x minus x bar square divided by n minus 1 if you are doing for sample. So this is the standard deviation of population, and the same thing if you want to do for sample, the formula of sample, the standard deviation of formula of sample, this is the formula of the sample what you have. So this is the formula of standard deviation sample. In the stats, when you talk of statistics can be descriptive statistics can be inferential statistics. So in the descriptive statistics we work on population, in the inferential statistics we work on sample. So when you work on population, you use a formula, a square root of summation of x minus x by square divided by n, and while for the inferential statistics we use a formula, square root of summation of x minus x by square divided by n minus 1. So you can see this. So these were the data what you had, and for this data what I want the standard deviation. Already I calculate standard deviation, but I'll show you mathematically, I'll prove mathematically why the standard deviation is that value. So this data what I copied, these are copied horizontally. I want the data vertically. So what do you do? Go to paste, and there just see where the transpose is there. So if you don't find transpose, paste spatial, click on transpose. Now the number which you copied horizontally, now they came vertically. So suppose this number is x. Suppose this number is x. Fine. And for this x, you know the standard deviation for this x. The standard deviation for this data is stdev. .958. This is the standard deviation. So this I'll show you mathematically how you can do this. So for that, find the sum. Find the sum. Take the count. The count is 14. Find the average. Either you can use sum divided by count, or you can use average formula. Once you get the average, for the standard deviation you need x in x minus average on x. What is the average on x? So you can use, this is the x minus average on x. Fix this cell, press F4, otherwise it will keep going down. Press F4 to fix the cell. Once you get this value, take the square of x minus average on x. Take the square of this value. Take the square of this value. Once you've taken the square of the value, take the sum of them. Copy this value, take the sum of them. Fine. Now if you want to calculate the standard deviation, now the standard deviation if you want to calculate, standard deviation if you want to calculate. So for that, use a formula SQRT. Find the square root of the sum of the number what you had, fine, divided by the number of terms. So you can see 27.9588. Now if you use for the population is minus, sorry, for the sample, that is n minus 1 to get this value. So this, if I use for sample, this is dot p. If I use dot s, see this, I got this value. 1 minute. Standard deviation for sample n minus 1. It is violating the board mouse. You need to take care of board mass when you work. So once you're, so this is the way what you can do. I prove mathematically how you can do this work. Now here you calculated the the standard deviation. Now this standard deviation what you calculated, you copy this and you go to any other sheet. Suppose if you require this, you go to any other sheet and just paste it. So it will show error to you, showing error to you, because these are the formulas and this formula is backed by certain number. So this is, there is no number is there, that's why it's showing you error. So if you want to paste it, such kind of number, always paste with value. So you paste with value, it will show you the number and the formula will be removed. There's no formula. Take care of this small things. These things are very important in Excel. When you work in Excel, these things are very important. These tools, while working in Excel, these tools are very important in Excel. Now here what you have done, now I want to see how many students have passed, how many students have failed. So I put a criteria that those students whose average is more than 50, they have passed, and those students whose average is less than 50, they are failed. I had put a criteria that those students whose average is more than 50, they are passed. So for that to find out those who are pass or fail, if I want to do that homework, I want to see those who are pass and fail. So for that, what I can do, write the command if, and then write if the average is more than 50, then write with double quote. If you're writing character, write double quote. If you write a number, you can write a number like that. If the average is more than 50, then the person is passed, otherwise the person is failed. Write with double quote, press enter. So if the average is more than 50, the person is passed, otherwise the person is failed. You see what I did? So these people are failed. You can use conditional formatting. You can go to conditional formatting, highlight cells rule greater than 50. I think no one is greater than 50, is it? There's no one average is more than 50. Okay, let's change the criteria then. Suppose I say 30. Let's first count it. Count if. Let's see how many people are more than 30. Count if. Put a range criteria greater than 30. Only one person. Let's put, suppose 25. 11 are there. Cool. So I'll put 20. Then I'll put 25 only. 25. So those who are passed, I want to show them with different color. Conditional formatting, highlight cells rule, a text that contains, suppose, pass. So those who are passed, they are visible with red color. Average conditional formatting, highlight cells rule greater than 25. So you can see that.
So this is the way what you can do. Whenever you get the data, you can play with the data like this manner. And suppose I put one more criteria. I feel the most important subject is finance. I feel I'll hide all these things which are not required. So this is the way I hide it. Suppose I feel the most important subject is a finance and everyone should pass in finance. Suppose I feel the most important subject is finance and everyone should pass in finance. So the a person is pass a person is pass only when his his average is more than 50 and and he got more than 50 marks in finance, then only a person is pass, otherwise the person is fail. Maybe some sectional cutoff and all is there, suppose you understand like that and all environment you have. So fine. So the same way you can create one more. You can use and command. You can write if under if write and means all conditions should satisfy. Then what? So if the average is more than if the average is more than 25, I'll change it, and the finance marks is more than 50, fine, then only the person is pass, otherwise the person is fail. If the average is more than 25, you can double. So you see this person is passed, he got 75 marks in finance and his average is 30, so is a pass. The another person pass is this, you can see 32 and 91. So this is if and end command. So you use and command, you can say like, yeah, all conditions should satisfy, then only this will happen, otherwise this will not happen. You can put other condition like this, a person is passed only when his average is more than 25, otherwise more than 25, otherwise what I can do, I can put a condition like a person is passed. There's something called or command. Or means either this or this. So you can put a condition person pass will is a pass if either if if pass only if a person is passed only if his average marks is more than 25 or he got more than 50 in finance. So any of the condition meet, the person pass. Although if his average is less than 50, average less than 25, but he is more than 50 in finance, is pass. So here you can write or. So you can see here, this person average less than 50, but he finance he get more than 50, so he is pass. This person is satisfying both the condition. Here he got 0 in finance, but his average is more than 25, is pass. So this is what I'm talking about. So you can use or command, or you can use or and end command. So if and here you can write and, you can write and so this is what, so or standard deviation should be more than 25. One minute. Let me frame this equation. If and the person should got, if and then under or, so either his standard deviation should be more than 25 or his average should be more than 25. Fine. So and comma, or in finance he should get more than 50, then he's pass, otherwise he's fail. Double click, let's see what I did. So if and under or, so means either a standard deviation should be more than 25 or his average mark should be more than 25. Either of the two condition, any condition satisfy, and that's well enough. If both don't satisfy, then it's a problem. Either of average or standard deviation, any of the two or both also not a problem. Both should be, or either of them should be more than 25. If they're more than 25, then only the finance should be more than 50. So if finance is more than 50 and either average or standard deviation more than 25, then the person is passed, otherwise the person is failed. Fine. So this is what I'm talking about. Easy criteria, you can play with such kind of criteria. You can add more columns. If you want to add more column, control shift plus sign, you can add more column. Now suppose if I want to give grade to my student, I want to give grades to my students. So grades means if the person have got the marks from 76 to 100, the person is excellent. The person is excellent. If the person got the marks from 51 to 75, if the person got the marks from 51 to 75 is very good. Very good. If a person got the marks from 35, 36 to 50 is good. If the person is got marks from 10 to 35 is poor. 10 to 35 is poor. Like see this 10 to 35 I wrote October 35. Date format. Press Ctrl 1, format cell. Go to number, press number, format, date, convert number, again a problem. Click on general. So now write 10 to 35. Name came. One minute. Put comma 10 to 30. Fine. Now if those who got less than 10, they are less than 10, they are pathetic. Suppose I want to give grade to this student. Okay. So if you want to give grade to a student, so for this I'll use a command. For this I'll use a command called nested if. Here write if the average, here no one got that everyone has got the between 0 to everyone average very less. Average, everyone average, unhide it. Unhide it. Do average calculation. Fine. So now I want to put a grade. Now the grade, like if I put suppose if this average is more than 75, if this person average is more than 75, then this person is excellent, comma, put double quote, comma, then write if, again if this average is more than 50, so more than 50 means 51 to 75. More than 75 can be anything. I do not put the limit, it can 1000, but you won't get the marks more than 100 only. So there only the story ends. So more than 50, then the person is very good. Then the person is very good. Then if the average is more than 35, then the person is good. Then if the average is more than 10, more than 10, then the person is poor. Otherwise the person is pathetic. Close the brackets. If this is more than 75 is excellent, if this is more than 50 is very good, then we'll put if. Then if this is more than 35 is good, if this is more than 10 is good, poor. Now the close the bracket, 1 2 3 4. So you can see the grade. So if the average is, imagine if the average is 99, excellent, 98, excellent, 2, pathetic, 4, pathetic, 15, poor, 23, poor, 35, poor, 37, good, 45, good, 88, excellent. So you can see this, the way this is happening. So this is the way you can put grade to the person based upon the performance. Now there is something called concatenate function. So by using concatenate function, I can give feedback to every student. The feedback I can give to the feedback. Suppose I can use this concatenate, then go to the first cell and write this first cell Chaitanya, then give space to Chaitanya, double quote, space double quote, then comma, then write Chaitanya. uh, Chaitanya has Chaitanya has got an average marks of, can calculate the average marks of, close the double quote, comma, then double quote, space double quote, comma, calculate the average of these numbers, then comma, then double quote, comma, double quote, comma, Chaitanya has got an this average marks of this much. So double quote, comma, double quote, comma, then put double quote. So he is a, then comma, double quote, comma, so double quote, space double quote, comma, then you can use if command. So he is, so his average is more than 75, so he is excellent. Then you can write if the average is more than 50, then he is very good. Then comma, if his average is more than 35, then he is good. Then comma, if his average is more than 10, then he is poor. Then comma, otherwise he is pathetic. Do this work, put comma, double quote, space double quote, comma, double quote, write boy, final bracket, enter. So double quote, space double quote, comma, double quote. So bracket, close bracket, then double quote, space double quote, comma, double quote, boy. You can observe here, concatenate. So pathetic. So if this is more than 75 is excellent. If this is more than 50 is very good. If is more than 35 is good. If this is more than 10 is poor. 35, then more than 35, then more than 10 is poor, otherwise pathetic. So close first bracket, second bracket, third bracket, fourth bracket, okay. Then double quote, space double quote, comma, double quote, boy, then close final print. Let's see this double quote. So we get all the press. So this is what the feedback I've given. So Chaitanya has got an average of 48, so he's excellent boy. Lalit has got an average of 64.44, so he's excellent boy. Excellent boy. Here to calculate average, this I just put some random values. Before that, same thing. So you can see this work. This is about giving the feedback. So by using this concatenate command, if you use this concatenate command, you can do this feedback. And this also, if what you do want to do, you can use this round command, and this you can use this round command, and you can round off the number till some place of decimal. So suppose if I want till 2 place of decimal, so you can round off. So you can see this. So I have rounded if till 2 place of decimal. You can do this work depending upon the requirement, whatever requirement you have. So either you can do like this way, or you can use concatenate command like this way, or you can use like ampersand command is there. You can use ampersand. So you can just choose this first cell, put shift 7, then double quote space double quote, then shift 7, then write Chaitanya is having an average marks of, then close the double quote, ampersand, double quote space double quote, then ampersand, then write average of decimal subjects. So average of this, Chaitanya is having average marks of this much, then ampersand, double quote, comma, double quote, average marks of this much, then ampersand, then so he is something, you know how to do that. So he is, put the grade no? So he is 1. So he is double quote, ampersand, then ampersand, double quote space double quote boy. I have not put the space. So he is then ampersand, double quote space double quote, and Chaitanya is having an average marks of 48, so he is a good one. So you can do for all of them. Fine, this is the way. Why I'm putting this double quote, why I'm putting double quote space double quote, so that I'll get the space, otherwise I won't get the space. If see this, if I do not put this, if I do not put this, see the space is not put. So in order to make the space, I have put this. So this after Chaitanya is, Lalit is, Nitin is. This is what I wanted to talk for. So I hope you people had understood the session, the Excel session, what we had done, and I hope this will be very helpful for you when you work on Excel sheet. A few more things, if you want to add column like this, now by using this command like proper, if you use this command proper, you can write the name with a proper grammatical order where the first letter should be cap, rest everyone should be small. If you use the command upper, all the names will come in capital letter. All the name will come in capital letter. If you use the command lower, all the names will come in small letter. Fine, remember this. Now next thing, when you work on Excel, delete this. Next thing, in order to get the random number between 0 to 100, you can use rand between command. You can use rand between command. 1 minute. You can use rand between command to get the number between 0 to 100. You can use rand between command, or you can use RAND open bracket close bracket. So if you use RAND open bracket close bracket, it will generate a random number between 0 to 1, and this 0 to 1, if you multiply with 100, automatically you get a number between 0 to 100. So you multiply this number with 100, you get all the number between 0 to 100. I don't know the limit. You need to put the all WFF. Copy this. So it will generate a random number between 0 to 100. Copy this, go to home and remove the form. So you got a random number between 0 to 100 like this. The other way to do the same work is something called random number generation. To get the random numbers, you can go to data. Under data, there's something called data analysis is there, and if you click on random number generation, you can do this work. Although random number generation won't be visible for you first time when you observe, this data analysis won't be there for you, neither the solver. Go to file, under file go to options, under options go to add-ins, under add-ins go to click on go, and there tick on analysis toolpath and solver. If you do that, you get data analysis and solver. Then what you do, then what you can do in order to get the random number, let me first delete this. So this delete this. Just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 14 subjects are there. 14 subjects are there, and how many names are there? 30 names are there. So what you do, go to data analysis, click on random number generation, number of variable put 14, number of random number put 30, and here distribution click on uniform and write 0 to 100, and Excel will ask you output range. Here click on the first cell, okay, and press OK. So it generated a random number between 0 to 100. And then you know how to work. Okay. So any way you can do, you get the same answer. So Suppose these are number what you got, and you don't want the numbers in decimals and all. Suppose you don't want numbers in decimals and all, go to home and here reduce the decimals. It will happen for one cell only. Reduce the decimal, increase the decimal, increase the decimal here. You want to put comma, you want to increase the decimal, reduce the decimal, anything you want to do, press Ctrl 1, go to format cell, whatever you want to play with Excel on that. So I hope you understood the session. This is about the basic on MS Excel. We'll continue more on that in the next session, what I'm going to do for you. So thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.